Yes, brother. Are you there? Yes, brother.
Yeah, bro.
You know, I'm laughing. But you ain't laughing. I'm laughing, but you ain't laughing.
How are you?
Yo, I'm all right, man. Still, I'm trying to. I need to get a fader for this, man. That's what I'm gonna get next, a fader, so I can fade the music out properly. Yeah, I'm good, man. Still, I'm good. You know, I'm all right. I ain't like some of the geezers in that group, man. In the group, they're like, I gotta take this no more. I had that phase. I'm where they were last year when I left the group. I said, nah, I can't be dealing with this no more, man. I'm too invested. And that's the thing. A lot of people are too invested, man, in football. I mean, I love the sport, man, but when you start getting mad at that, you're like, no, man, nah. You have to take a break, man. I mean, like, you know what? Like I did, I took a break. I said, from last year to this year, I'm going to start watching it a little bit, but trying to like dip in and out. And if I feel like I'm getting too connected, I need to take another break, man, because I always get like depressed on my heart. I can't take it. I'm like, yo, what do you get chest pains? You know what I mean? Anyway.
I know the feeling, bro. Unfortunately, it looks like man, they're licking their wounds tonight. They don't really want to talk about Wagwan with Arsenal right back now and share their opinion, which I feel that really valid that they have their little say, because it's really important that we come together and obviously, just talk and have it out and have debates and so on and so forth about what.
Sure.
Tonight was unexpected. We didn't see it coming after beating Manchester United and winning in the Europa League in a week. We didn't expect this coming.
You didn't expect it?
Every Arsenal fan came into this game thinking, yeah, we've got a good chance of winning this game. But there seems to be a cloud that's hovering around Arsenal right about now.
You know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. See, the thing is, everyone sees Aston Villa and thinks, easy game, no problem. It's just Villa. Who are Villa? You know what I mean? Forgetting that just a couple of weeks ago, they hammered Liverpool, like 7-1 or something, man. They killed Liverpool, man. They killed them. So we as Arsenal fans are
I feel like a Liverpool fan right about now.
Nah. That was worse. That was worse, dude. To keep it down to 3-0 only, that they lost 7, man. 7 is like, there's no coming back. The only thing that saves Liverpool at the moment is they're doing well. They've picked themselves up, man. They're back around the top of the table.
They are a great counter-attacking team.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, they know how to. That's the thing. That's what wins you. Remember Arsenal's, with the glory years. We had Henry, we had Perez, we had all these fast players, man, and we used to just hit teams on the break. We was the counter-attacking geniuses, man. No team could live with us, and that's what we seem to forget now. I think for some reason there's come this whole idea that it's better to play football, tiki-taka. Arsene Wenger brought in, and now Pep mastered it. And there's all this, let's work out from the back. No, man, I would play good old-fashioned counter-attacking team football. Because when you see the big teams lose, like Real Madrid, Barcelona, they always lose to a counter-attacking team. Always. You know what I mean? And with Arsenal, we don't have the players. We don't have the players to play this kind of way, man. We could play counter-attack, though. I think Arsenal could play that because they've got fast players. Pep. Aubameyang. Rapid.
You see, I feel sorry for Arteta. And the reason, and people are going to say, oh, what are you talking about, man? This man just dead, very, very. You heard Warren in the group already. He's left the group. He says, as long as that man is in Arsenal, I'm not about Arsenal already. He's turned his back, And that's the first thing that I want to get onto. The first little subject I want to go into, is that what is it to be a true Arsenal fan?
Yeah.
What is it to be a true Arsenal fan? To be a true Arsenal fan, is to take the rough with the tumble. Now, we've been spoilt with Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger came to Arsenal, where Arsenal were on the back of being great with George Graham, who put a a manager in charge. I can't remember his name. I can never remember this manager's name. He's not relevant. Remember, what was his name? Bruce something.
Bruce
Yeah,
Rioch.
Rioch.
Yeah.
That came after George Graham got done for all the bongs and all this down there. You know, Arsenal was on a high. We had Adam Smith, we had man like Lee Dixon, we had Winterburn, Adams, Bold, we had Dixon, we had Merson, we had Kevin Campbell, we had Adam Smith, Ian Wright, we had I think Rocastle had passed by that time. I'm not sure, but you know, we even brought in David Platt. We had
Platt's legend.
Bergkamp. We had a good core of great players. And Bruce Rioch came in and then he didn't achieve. And then Bruce Rioch got sacked. And then, you know, Arsenal came in as it did. No one knew about this man and he patterned it lovely. He patterned it. In the first season, I think he finished second. Then in the second season, he won the league. And then Arsenal was on the up from there. And what I got to say, is that a lot of Arsenal fans, we have seen the glory, but we've not seen the plateau. And we've plateaued right about now.
We've plateaued, And for years.
A lot of Arsenal fans are just turning their back on the club. They're just they're turning their back on the players. They're turning their back on the on supporting the players. They're turning their back on, you know, the hope for the club. You know, they're just literally turning their back. Do you know what I mean? They're supporting, some are supporting and still turning their back in regards to the criticism, but a lot of them are just turning their back and say, forget football, forget Arsenal. I can't take the banter. I can't take Man United fans. I can't take Man City fans. I can't take Liverpool fans. I can't take Tottenham fans. They're turning their back and it's deep.
Yeah, I think that's what, like I said, I think we've got too arrogant to think was going to turn up today. Obviously, we lost 3-0 for anyone else who hasn't seen the game. To think it was going to turn up today and just walk over Villa because it's Villa. Like, we're entitled, and that's the thing as well. We've got very entitled to this success, this idea that Arsenal, the name Arsenal, is going to bring, you know, this name here is going to bring automatic victories. And we haven't had that for years. Look, like you said, you know, basically at the top of the show, you've said this was a surprise. To me, it's not a surprise that we lose. It's not a surprise at all. Like, I expect us to, every game I expect us to lose now. There was a time when we used to think, it's Villa, Southampton, we're going to beat them. Now it's like, oh man, it's Villa. They you know, you never know. You never know. Arsenal is well and truly a mid-table team, and that's it. And I think as sooner we get used to that, is the quicker that everyone starts backing the team, backing that we've only got a young manager. No one should be against Arteta at the moment. He's only been in the job, half a year or a year. He ain't even had a chance yet, and he should be the guy we stick with, because look at Alex Ferguson. It took him 4 years to get to where he got to. 4 years. 4 years. And look at, you know what? You know, another guy is good, impressive. Brendan Rodgers, look what he's doing, man. He was doing all these years at Liverpool. They were almost like the Nearly men. No one thought that Brendan Rodgers was a good manager. He went to Celtic, killed it up there like everybody. Came back here now. Look what he's doing with Leicester.
Yeah.
He's killing it.
What I would say, though, I feel sorry for, like, in the day, Arsenal, when they sat in Emery, they had two choices. They would either go with an established manager that's going to spend money. And it'd be very expensive. We could go with an Allegri or somebody like that. Or they could go with an up-and-coming manager that's young, that's ambitious, that's talented. And, you know, what would happen with taking the younger manager and going with a man like Arteta compared to Allegri is that you know, if you go with Allegri, you're going to have to spend a lot of money. But if you go with someone like Arteta, it's going to be less expensive, but yet still, you're going to have a lot of bumps along the way. So they took him on, and he's came on the scene, and we're taking bumps along the way. You know, he's not going to get it right. He's a young manager. He's younger than me. You know what I mean? And he's a manager. He's managing a top football club. Yeah. And that is difficult, especially dealing with players that are on like 100,000 pounds plus a week. Now tell me how difficult that is to deal with. It's difficult. I'm telling you, it's difficult. and you have to get used to the man management of that level. I know he's been at Man City and he's learnt under Pep Guardiola, but it's difficult. It's difficult. But that's not my main point to what's really going on at Arsenal. I'll let you speak first before I get onto that topic.
So what was that last bit? Sorry.
That's not the reason why things are going wrong at Arsenal. I want to get onto that topic in a second. I want you to speak first.
You want me to know? You want me to tell you why I think things are going wrong at Arsenal?
No, I don't want you to. I'm saying that I'm going to get onto that topic of why things are going wrong at Arsenal.
Okay, because I missed the question before. Then I missed the question before.
The question before was going with Arteta or Allegri.
Oh no! Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. First of all, it was the right thing to do to get rid of what is that? He said, "Good evening, good evening, good evening." He was just not the right guy. He was lost in translation.
Poor man management. He didn't speak the language, and as a result of that was a problem.
I don't know if it was just that. I think that he was just not good enough for the job. He just somehow nicked his way in. He slipped through the cracks and got the job. Allegri
basically said what they wanted to hear.
Yeah. And he wasn't consistent either. One day Ozil was in, one day Ozil was out. Allegri would have been a good choice. I don't know if it was even a viable option, man. I don't even think it was an option. And like you said, you would have to break the bank. You would have to do. I think the Kroenkes probably would have thought to himself, okay, we get Allegri in. He's going to have to spend probably 3 years in a row of surplus of 100 million every season, so 300 million to get the team back up to speed, because he's not going to be able to work with the players. I believe the players that we have, the youth players we have, with the right guy, could win the league because we've got a good youth team. I always thought Arteta should have been chosen after Wenger. I think that they went with Allegri, Emery, was a mistake. I think you should have went with Arteta, got him his couple of years, because look, it would have been his third, fourth year now, and he would have been like.
I don't think that was the right timing for it, to be honest.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it was the right timing. Everything has a timing. I believe that, Arteta's in charge right about now at the right time. Do you know what I mean? And nothing that's happening right now is by mistake. The mistake is that what's happening is the topic that I'm going to go to in a second. But I just want you to speak in regards to how you're seeing things at the moment before I go in.
Like I said, I think there's going to be teething problems. We can't expect to get consistency. I think I wouldn't even judge now. I'd say, because remember, this is like his first full season. So even this season's a write-off. Even this season, you got to say to yourself, you know what? Blind this season. We ain't going to do nothing. We ain't expected to win the league. We might get Europa League. We ain't going to get Champions League. But I would say, look, even last year getting Europa League because of the cup was a fluke. We should never be in Europa League this year. No way. We have no business in Europa League, but we made it through the cup. Like, I would have preferred not to be in it, because it would have gave us a chance to regroup, look at our standings, say, actually, we didn't make Europa League. We're not a Europa League team. We're a mid-table team. Let's work, start again from the bottom. Instead, now we're in Europa. Everyone forgets that we got through the cup and are like, oh, yeah, we're a Europa League team. But we're not. We're not. We're below a Europa League team. Leicester, even Aston Villa this year, well, the way to look at the moment. You got Manchester City, Tottenham, Chelsea. You got all these teams who are Everton, even Everton. You got so much competition up there who are better than us at the moment. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I think at the moment we need to look at this season as a plan, preparation, find everyone's best position. Saka, getting Pep firing, find out what to do with Lacazette, Aubameyang, putting him in his right position. You know what I mean? Getting the youth guys to gel. What's that new Gabriel, Partey, all these guys. You need, this season's just the season to get everything together.
Partey today? Why did he come up? Was he injured?
I don't even know.
Bizarre, because second half, I know Daniel Ceballos came on in the second half, and that was that. There was no Ceballos. There was no Partey. Yeah. So I don't know what happened there. I hope he's not injured. I know that he went having the greatest of games in midfield. I look at Aston Villa, and tactically they outwitted us.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, I'm gonna talk about that afterwards. I just want to talk about the situation, why things are going wrong at Arsenal.
All right.
Um, so why things are going bad at Arsenal right about now? Now, this is deep, bro. This is very deep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back here to the days where, David Dean was chairman, Arsene Wenger was at the helm.
Mm.
I have to go back to this era because this era tells me how we had things on lock at Arsenal and how we was able to progress with the players that we recruited, with the spirit of the club and the class that we had. We had a lot of class back then. We had David Dean at the helm, Arsene Wenger as manager. We had a great board, even though I wasn't too fond of Peter Hillwood. Peter Hillwood was I wasn't really fond of him. I really went off him. But we had Peter Hillwood, we had loads of other board members that had the Arsenal core at hand. Get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And we had that class. We just had that swag about ourselves. Now that swagger's gone now. That swag is not there. I'm gonna tell you why that swag is not there. First and foremost, the situation with Mesut Ozil.
Oh yeah. We want to get into that last week.
Mesut Ozil. Now, Mesut Ozil, the situation with that is absolutely diabolical. You beg the guy to stay at Arsenal. You offer him £350,000 a week.
Yeah.
You offered him that. And then, as time goes on, you realize that you don't want to pay the bonuses. You don't want to pay the wages. And most importantly, you got to issue what he said about China.
Yeah.
And when he said what he said about China, as a footballer, an entrepreneur, why not say what's on your mind?
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want to say, but you've penalised him and you've isolated him out of the team, cast him out of the team. He's not even in the team anymore. He ain't even in the squad no more. You bring him in with Mikel Arteta and he has to deal with that issue. No wonder things are not going right because there's a thing called karma.
Yeah.
When someone's standing up for their right, you have to make a decision on what you're going to do as a football club. Now, Arsenal, 10, 15 years ago, or under Arsene Wenger, that would never have happened.
Yeah.
But Arsenal have lost their soul.
Sure.
Arsenal is just a club that is just wants to be at the top now. It's not the same club that we had 10, 15 years ago. It's not that same club. It's not the invincible era. It's not 20 years ago.
That's dead.
Arsenal are a different beast.
That left with Arsene Wenger left.
No.
All
No. Arsene Wenger, was carrying the can for all the failures. Arsenal lost their soul a long time ago. We sold the club to Americans. Now, when you sell your club to American investment companies, nothing's ever going to work good because them people don't look at the success of the football club unless you're looking at like a Liverpool. But any other time, it's never worked.
Even Liverpool had it a long time, and it had it hard going up.
They had it hard, but they
long time.
The right investors that was willing to invest in the club, and they've gone from stride to stride. If you look at Manchester United now, that's a prime example. They've been owned by an American company for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So this is where we are. We've lost our soul. We lost our class. And that's the reason why nothing ever is going to work for Arsenal unless we get our house in order and we bring back a soul into the club.
No. That's what I'm saying. Like last weekend, I was saying to you, I think it would be, if it was up to me, if I was the chairman of Arsenal, I'd say, okay, right. I'm sorry, it might seem a bit, I don't know, discriminatory or, I don't know, not always say racist because I don't know if it's racist, but I'd say, look, I want a core, localized footballing team. I want all my football players to come from the London area and be associated with Arsenal. Like that, what's that team in thingy where Montreal, Natural Montreal came from that team in Spain, where they only take local boys as their players. Is it Mallorca? It's not,
that's a good youth setup.
Who's
good youth setup?
Who's a team? Do you remember what it's called? I think Montreal. I think it was Montreal and if I'm correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Cazorla comes from the team too, and he can play there because he's from that area. But they don't take anybody else from any other area. I think every team in the Premier League should start doing that now. Okay, it's a bit sad because you'd think to yourself, okay, that means we have no more foreign players, and they bring something. Because of course they bring something. They're great players, and they've been a very great example of what bringing in foreign players does to the league. But I also feel like, as you said, we're losing our soul. Arsenal have lost their soul because there's no one who's got any allegiance to Arsenal at Arsenal. Ozil, okay, he gets 350 bills. He's not an Arsenal fan. He plays for Arsenal. He's not an Arsenal fan. He is now because he's there, so by association. But as soon as he's gone, he'll be like Fenerbahce or Galatasaray or the German team Schalke or something like this. He won't be like, I love Arsenal. Well, he will still be like, I love Arsenal because he played for us. But at some point that will die. So what I'm thinking is get local boys. For example, people like me and you, not me and you, like literally, but who can play football and also support the club, because we will die like the old boys. I'm sure Tony Adams, Parla, Ian Wright, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure he was an Arsenal fan growing up. Rocastle, he was an Arsenal fan. All these guys were Arsenal fans, and the team was better off for it. But once you start having all these guys, even the owners, there shouldn't be foreign owners of Arsenal. Arsenal should be owned by Arsenal fans. I don't see what that is when you got all these guys, foreign investors, looking at it as a business model. Oh, can I make money? Because all it comes then is we need to make profit. But winning and all that doesn't really matter as long as we're making profits, as long as it's ticking over. And now that they've got the TV business money, which is going to crap at the moment, they're making their profits. Without the fans, they can survive now, and which is seen today. They can survive and make billions or millions of pounds without having fans. The fans make up only a little bit of the profits now of the club. The most money they make is from TV deals. So now they're like, oh, we don't even need fans. We don't need fans. So that's where we are, man. I think it should be all more. I think every club in England and even in Germany and France, they need to stop this influx of foreign players and keep everything localized. So all the passion comes back. Yeah, I'm going to watch the local lads. Go and watch a lower league game with all the fans that come from the area and look at the passion and how it's run.
I don't agree with that still. Because
I
don't agree with it because that's never going to happen. That's living in La La Land, to have, all the players that come from the local area only playing for that one club. It's never going to happen because football is a business. You know what I mean?
It's too late now.
I think as fans, we missed the point where football is a business. It's a business that's a money-making, especially the Premier League. It's a money-making cash cow, the biggest cash cow in the world. You know what I mean? They don't want to lose that. And it's never going to happen. The FA is battling with the Premier League to find some kind of stability where the grassroots level is going to be funded to bring through the talent. Now, at the moment, England's got it on lock because the talent that's coming through now is immense. You look at the academies that are developing players. It's good, really, really good. You look at Jack Grealish. He's a product. Aston Villa, and tonight he was awesome. Look at Ollie Watkins. He's a bit of a journeyman, but he's come through. He's been at Brentford and he teared us up today. Jack Grealish absolutely mashed us up. He was the man of the match. The back line, you look at man like Tyrone Mings, who played awesome tonight. You have to give credit where credit's due. And you're not going to get that. You're not going to get the credit without the Premier League, and the Premier League is the best product in the world. But they're doing a lot for us. They're making, the level of playing for a Premier League club very high, and it's good. You have to be at a certain talent. If you did it your way, then there wouldn't be that much talented individuals. You probably have Scotland. You definitely have Scotland. Listen.
You think?
Absolutely. You have to be playing at the highest level as possible. Trust me, I'm a coach myself, and I push my boys to go at the highest level as possible. Okay. The reason is because they're going to get stretched. Yeah. You play amongst yourself, you're not going to get stretched.
So if you put more, you're saying to me, if you don't put more effort into finding the best players, I think I brought up last week that I knew at least 11 players who could play football very well. And I think a lot of the times there's people in lower leagues like Jamie Vardy, for example, who was just going to miss until someone discovered him. So there's people like that have massive potentials to make the step up, but I think they're being missed. Now you're trying to say to me that, like, for example, in Germany, they have that kind of model. I think each team has to have at least 60% of homegrown players in Germany. And Germany, look at their international team, they're winning the World Cup all the time. Even when you think they're not going to win, or they do bad one year and then they win again the next year, it's like, what the hell? And now if you look at Bayern Munich, also, okay, not players from the area, but they have a lot of local boys. Most of them are probably Bayern Munich fans anyway, because everyone's a Bayern Munich fan in Germany.
But can I ask you?
Yep.
As Germany, is the Bundesliga the best league in the world?
It's probably not the best league in the world, and I admit, watching it can be difficult sometimes.
But the Bundesliga bringing more money than the Premier League.
Nah, but I think that's because
it's because you have to understand, football's a business, yeah, and money talks and walks, unfortunately.
And in the Bundesliga, the fans own the clubs. And that's the difference. The fans own the clubs.
That's Germany. And Germany is never going to catch up with the Premier League.
If it gets privatized. I mean, one club, that's why everyone hates Salzburg at the moment. Salzburg. Berlin. No, is it RB? One of the RB Leipzig. Everyone hates them at the moment because they've been financed by Red Bull, apparently. Well, they've been financed by Red Bull, and Red Bull's thrown a lot of money into it. So everyone hates them now. It's like, yeah, look, these guys have come here now and have started to change up the makeup. Trust me, the one team's already started it. That means in the future, other clubs will do the same thing. You'll get Russian oligarchs, Chinese guys, Thai guys, rich billionaires coming over and saying, I'm going to buy a club, or American owners, I'm going to buy a club. And then you got
football, you got the financial fair play regulations.
Yeah, which doesn't really work. Or does it work?
It does work because a club has to be running from its means to justify the money that they spend.
The thing is, I'll tell you it really works a lot of times, especially in Germany. Germany's, I've been watching it a long time and I'm like, I know how to do it. What they do, Bayern Munich is the bomb team from Germany. So what they do, how to make the international team good, they get all the best German players and make sure they all filter through to Bayern Munich. So if you see there's a great German player, he's going to end up at Bayern Munich without a doubt. Then they get them all playing together. The team's majority German, and then they go and do the international team, and then they win the league, they win the World Cup like this. That used to be the case with Manchester United. I remember Manchester United used to have all the English players, and them players, 5 or 6 of them players used to play for England, but we were never really that good. But the system didn't really stay. Do you know what I mean? I don't even know where I wanted to go with that, but that's how I think that's how it works. I'm trying to find out who owns Bayern Munich at the moment, because I think they are owned by, they have all this FIFA fair play. Like, for example, Manchester City are owned by or backed by a country.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich are always also backed by some sort of
the end of the day, the money that's flowing in the Premier League, will not ever be flowing in the Bundesliga. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? The Premier League, are making so much strides. If you look at the Premier League and you look at the top 6 to 8 teams, then you're going to know what I'm talking about. What do we have? Let's start with the champions, Liverpool. Yeah, they're going to say Man City. And then you're going to say, okay, Manchester United. Then you're going to say, okay, who's next? Chelsea. And then you're going to say, okay, cool. Who finished 5th? Leicester with Brendan Rodgers. You can't say nothing about them. They're stealing victories. And then you're going to turn...
Remember, they got the Thai guy who came in and sold them a lot of money too.
That's 5 teams. That's 5 teams. Then you're going to go, I'm going to throw Everton into the mix.
Yeah, because they've got a guy now.
Then you're going to turn around and say, all right, then, our team, Arsenal, that's 7 teams. 7 teams. That's attractable to a league that is competitive.
Yeah, now, that's true.
Go to the Bundesliga. It's not competitive. There's only 2 teams.
Definitely not. There's only one team.
7 teams.
There's only one team in Germany.
Fighting.
There's only one team in Germany, and that's Bayern Munich. They've won the cup. I think it's the 8th season in a row. 8 seasons in a row they've won the league. That's ridiculous. I'm like, okay, so
that is like the Scottish League. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then you talk about the reason why the Bundesliga has not progressed, and you're talking about having it community-wise and having all. It's not going to work. It needs to be competitive. You need to have a competitive league to at least get the viewers around the world interested. Simple as that. Bayern Munich are only accessible to viewers when they're in the Champions League.
I think it's more down to marketing. I think the Premier League's just got better marketing, because if you look at leagues like where does Star Bucharest play, Belgrade, and these guys, they have a lot of foreigners too playing there. You know what I mean? I think it was Besiktas. They're like, I think, remember a couple of years ago, they had all these Brazilians. That's where all these Brazilians came from, and there was like a huge influx of Brazilians coming to the Premier League. I think Willian came from there and stuff. And he's like, who are these guys, man? And I think the top Chelsea at one time, and had all these Brazilians in there. You know, and there's a lot of countries that have it, but they don't have the marketing behind it. They don't have the money going for it.
What I will say though is that you have to look at the number of teams that's competitive, not just the 1 or 2.
Yeah.
If you not got look how many people want to buy a Premier League team.
Yeah. Club,
should I say? How many people? Do you know what I mean? You got a whole country backing Man City for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You got Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in England. You got Liverpool, one of the biggest clubs in England. You got Arsenal. You've got Chelsea that are bankrolled by a Russian billionaire. Do you know what I mean? It goes on and on and on, and they're able to wash. Even Abramovich is able to wash his money in Chelsea.
Yeah, sure.
He's able to wash his money in Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say to you. So, bruv, the Premier League is a different kettle of fish to any other league in the world. Yeah. Any other league in the world. No one can't say nothing. I want to get to my last point now. What I want to talk about is why Arsenal lost tonight.
Because they're crap.
And before I go into it, I want to hear your views on why we lost tonight.
We got Rico here now. I think that's Rico. Rico.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear me.
Damn, homie.
Listen,
never, man.
If I'm honest, if you didn't mess with Andrew, I wouldn't come. I wouldn't come.
Yo, my dog, man. Salute.
I've got every phone going off, every social media going off.
Getting slaughtered.
Slaughtered.
Hear the word, man.
You might just put a rope to my head.
Yeah. Can't even leave the house for like a week.
But tonight, if I'm honest, William, for me,
that's the reason we lost.
Number 1. Look at the first goal. It was from his mistakes. I'll let him off for the ricochet, but it was his mistake in the very beginning. We were second best at everything. We wasn't on it, and it's the most frustrating thing because it's typical Arsenal. Whenever we go and beat a big team, so to speak, United, what happens? We play so-called little teams, Villa, and we do the usual. We go over there thinking it's a walk in the park. We're forgetting that we lost in pre-season 3-2. We're forgetting the battered Liverpool.
Yeah.
And we've turned up as if it's a walk in the park. No, it's not. Their formation was set up to beat us. Their formation was there. You can see. I looked at both formations. I'm like, you know what? Villa got this.
Yeah.
Villa's got this. And then
what formation was they playing, Rico?
It's my usual what I play on my football games. It was what 4-2-3-1. And the 4 up front were straight attackers. We're at home. We're at home. We should be no disrespect to Villa, but we should be beating Villa.
And Rico,
that's what makes us
interacted our 3 at the back and how many we was playing in the middle of the park. So you think about how many players were in the middle of the park today for us compared to Villa. So how many did we have? We had 4 in the middle of the park, and how many did Villa have?
2.
2. They had more than 2.
They're 2, man. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. Behind Watkins, that front 3, we're dropping into the midfield.
5. They had 5 in the middle of the park. So what they did, they counterattacked us. So when they didn't have the ball, they got men behind the ball, and that made 5 compared to the 2 that we had, the 4, should we say? And that's what beat us. So tonight, the young apprentice got scored. I'm sorry.
Not at home. No.
Has more experience than Arteta. Fact.
Do you think the fact that we had
Dean Smith got Luke? Was it Brentford? He was at Brentford. He got Brentford promoted to the Championship. Did he? Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
He did. So he's got more experience. So you're talking about a master at his craft with Craig Shakespeare there, who is a master at his craft, and John Terry as well.
So why don't we have these geezers?
But Andrew, hear what though? Look at our strike force.
Yeah. Listen. How many opportunities did Aubameyang have today?
He hasn't scored in 4 games, man.
Listen,
why didn't he score in 4 games?
We're not creating nothing at all.
Exactly.
All we're doing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought Jack was on the pitch with the sideways passing. What I noticed, I don't know if you guys seen it. When Teeny had the ball, Eddie is screaming for the ball. My man blanked him and went backwards. We keep going backwards.
There's no depth to our game. And you know what, bro? You know what? We've gone with a less experienced manager. A manager's never had a job before. And we're going to take a lot of bumps along the way. Now, I still have complete and utter faith in the manager, 100%, not withering. But we're going to have this along the way. We're going to be inconsistent because he doesn't know the game the way Dean Smith will know the game. The only difference between Dean Smith and Arteta's got more money. He's at a bigger club. Dean Smith, he ain't got all that. But I'll tell you what he has got. He's got that up there. Experience.
I was trying to drop in 2 points quickly. Are we big than Villa? Villa were a big club, man. And they're also one of the pioneers of the Premier League. Second thing, do you think that the fact that we don't have fans in the stadium is playing a lot against teams? Teams need to be motivated sometimes, and sometimes you get the fans, to give that bit of extra, the 12th man and stuff. Do you think that's also, it's hard to motivate yourself here in the crowd?
For Arsenal, if I'm honest, we don't. I wouldn't say we don't need it. I think because the pressure we give to the players, it should be a blessing for them that we're not in there.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because we're hardcore, especially if you got man like Dre and Warren.
But now, if I'm earning that kind of money, I don't need motivation. That's my opinion. I don't. They're on big monies. What more? What more do you need for motivation?
Isn't they complacent though? They're kind of like, oh, I'll get the money anyway. Because look, I would say if I was the boss, I'd say you get paid when you win. Yo, trust me, they'll be fighting then.
I agree with that.
And they make enough money anyway. Because look, one of Ozil's wages is like, for me, it's like I don't know, 10 years. You know what I mean?
Blood, so you live in fantasy world, you know. I don't know what kind of world you live in, blood, because that's never going to happen. About get paid to win. What you think the whole Premier League's and submit to that kind of rules and regulations?
But shouldn't they bring in stuff like that to get the motivation?
No,
if you're comfortable.
No. Hell no.
I mean, they do it anyway. Look, think about it. If you score a goal, you get a bonus. If you win, you get a bonus. You get win bonuses, goal bonuses, you get assist bonuses. So actually, just forget, if you win the game, you get your money. If you don't win, you've got enough money anyway to survive. You don't need any more. You get 350 grand. That's your yearly wage. After that, if you want to win, if you win more, I'll bring that in, man. Sounds a bit crazy, but look, they make so much money anyway.
You do that, yeah? And then that Liga turns around and says, we ain't going to operate like that. You can just get your basic wage and get bonuses on top. Then what are you going to do?
Yeah, but the bonuses are no incentive for them to work harder. You know what I mean? It's not
But listen, football's a business. And if you're not doing one thing, the league ain't doing one thing, another league's going to be doing the next thing. Yeah. You can't change the regulations of football. It's never going to happen.
Like I said, they get paid enough anyway. They get paid so much money. They're chilling. They don't care. They're like, I'll get paid. If I win, I'll get paid if I don't. And I get paid so much money. It doesn't even matter if I don't get the £20,000 bonus because I got 350 or 100. So I don't need the 25. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. It's never going to happen, bro. Never going to
happen, but
never going to happen. But as I was saying, I want to get to the last point now. What I was saying before about why Arsenal lost today. I know that Rico kind of touched base with what happened, but I've seen, we played Leicester 2 weeks ago, and we lost to Leicester, and then we lost to who else did we lose to, Rico? We lost to Leicester. Who else did we lose to as well?
City.
It was
Liverpool, wasn't it?
Liverpool, City, Leicester, no Villa.
Yeah.
But if I said before you jump onto your point, if you look at the City game and the Leicester game, it was from one mistake. They played their arse off for those games. Only one mistake caused error, was a goal.
Yeah.
Tonight's game, it's a different scenario, bro. It's a totally different scenario.
But Rico, don't you feel that when teams sit back against us and they sit in their own half, you find that we find them teams hard to beat? And do you feel that we're a counter-attacking team?
Yes, we do find it hard to beat those type of teams. We only go counter-attack when it's like United, City, Liverpool.
So are we an counter? The way we set up with the three at the back, are we a counter-attacking team?
It just depends on the team who we're playing. Because I say tonight's game would not counter-attack.
And we should counter-attack. I think we have the players for that.
But if it was City or Liverpool, what do? We start from the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But any other team, like I said, like Leicester, we went for it. We tried it. Couldn't break them down.
Rico.
Right.
You see their third goal when they crossed it and Martinez plucked it out the air and he started the attack off. Did you see that, blood? And I looked at my missus and says, you know what? Arsenal lost their soul, They lost their soul, because how can you let this keeper go that commands his own 18-yard box the way he does compared to Leno? And he can start off attacks just like that. I was like, we missed that. That third goal just said it all to me.
But if you notice, what side was they attacking the most for these goals? Especially that last goal. They saw the weak link. They went straight down Bellerin's side.
Oh, So Bellerin was the weak link.
That side of the pitch was the weak link where William was playing in the beginning.
But you think about this, he come off the pitch, he was 1-0 down, and then Pepe, and then you see 2 more goals. So what the hell?
We lost it. We fell apart. We fell apart.
Okay,
and
as a coach, 11 against 11, yeah. If I'm up against a team that's got 3 at the back, yeah, I'm getting you down the sides, and that's what they did.
But one thing I will say, think about this. Whenever Lacazette goes, as much as people don't like Lacazette,
I love him. That's my boy. Like a blood clot, Zet.
But hear what though? Whenever he goes off the pitch, we go under pressure. We saw it tonight. When he came against United, granted we won. He came off the pitch, we went under pressure.
Yeah.
He holds the ball up.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie could not do what Laka does. And that's something that the manager needs to learn. You get me? He's not that experienced. We know that. It'd probably be the death of him, his experience. But he needs to learn that Eddie Nketiah can't hold the ball up. He's a spearhead. He's just like a Aubameyang. Aubameyang's a spearhead as well. They're not total forwards, like, holding the ball up, bringing people into play. That's not their game. They run on the shoulder. That's what they do. And that's the problem, Rico. That is the problem when it comes to Eddie Nketiah. But let me just ask both of you a question. What is your opinion on Eddie Nketiah? That's what I want to know.
If a bit like Pep, we don't play to his advantages. I put in a group the other day. When he plays for England, you see him pointing around where he wants the ball to go to. The players get the ball to him where he wants the ball to go to. With Arsenal, we don't do that. He's a poacher. We all know he's a tapping merchant. Put the ball in. We saw it in the midweek. You put the ball into him, he'll get it in the back of the net. But there's offside. But I just think we don't play these advantages, and until Martinelli comes back, that's what we got.
I think he's a great player, to be fair. I followed him for his youth career, and he's going to be an absolute star once he gets the service, like Rico says. But yeah, it's going to take time, man. He's such a young guy. He's so young. You're going to have to wait till when Eddie gets... How old is Eddie now? About 21, 20?
Yeah, about that age.
Yeah, he's a young guy, man. Wait till he's like 24. I'll judge him when he's 24, when he's banging in 30 goals a season, because he's a natural goal scorer. He's a proper central forward, even though he's small. He's like just like Defoe. He's the same as Defoe and Ian Wright. Trust me, when he gets a bit bigger and stronger and he gets all the service, he might not make it at Arsenal. That's not guaranteed, but he'll go somewhere and he'll make it, man. You'll see. He'll be a great player, man, in the future.
Okay, cool. Let me jump into the next question, Reeks and Wayne. How about Pepe? What's your view on Pepe? I know you're laughing now, Reeks, man, but I just need to know what you.
You know what?
Pepe, man.
You know what? I'll jump into this one. If I'm honest, his stats last season were decent. We can't get twisted. They were actually decent stats. I think it's his decision making which is a problem. He's wasted on the right hand side. I would love to play against him, if I'm honest, because all he does is cut inside. That's all he does. But you put him on the left, I think he will perform better. And I think in the midweek he went on the left hand side. I felt happy for him because he looked more comfortable on his left foot going down the flanks. On the right hand side, he's got to cut inside. But when he bangs off, he bangs off. Let's not get twisted. He can bang goals. But I think he'd operate better if two things: either he's on the left, or you put Olber and Lack up top and put him right behind him. Put him in that 10 role. Give him a chance. Let's see what he can do straight down the middle. But for this season, he's got to bang 15 goals, and I want 15 assists. That's my expectation of him. You laugh, but like last season he got what? I think it was 10 goals last season and 12 assists. So it can be done all round. That's all comps, so it can be done. But I think it's the price tag, which is cleaning him off, and we get heckled. We get heckled left, right, centre by beer fans. So when he don't perform, and like again, he's only started one game in the Prem this season. For £72 million, you should be starting every game, mate.
Yeah. You know what he reminds me of? Remember Jovino?
Oh God.
Yo, Jovino used to skin, man. Yo, he was skinny, man.
Don't say that, man.
He was a bad. Yo, Jovino, come on. Jovino was the baddest. He's so technical. But when he came down to his last, he was like, yo, Jovino. He's like, yo, Jovino.
Jovino with a weave.
He's no, it's not no Jovino.
Yeah, Jovino was a bad man. Yo, go look back at Jovino the way he played. And when he went to Roma, look at the way he played in Roma.
Goals, man.
Jovino.
Fraud.
Nah, Jovino was a bad. I thought he was a bad player. I was mad when he left because when he went to Roma, he done bits. He was doing bits. Go look at his stats in Roma. He's done bits. He's done bits. He found his form in Roma. He never worked out for him at Arsenal. And I think the same might happen to Pepe, to be fair. If he never finds his form, he'll leave and then he'll go somewhere else where the league suits him. And then he'll start banging him in, man.
You know what I know about Jovino? He's big forehead.
He's got a big head.
And the weave.
Why do you just go with the bold head, man? Just bold your head off, man.
Oh, God. Okay, cool. Rico, I love what you said about that. He says Lacazette, Aubameyang with that's called Jovino, with Pepe just in behind. So how about this as a formation? 3 at the back, your 2 wing backs, 2 up front, your 1 holding midfielder. No, your 2 holding midfielders in regards to, say, Partey and El Nene. And then you have that 3rd man in there, which is going to be Pepe with the 2 strikers up front. Do you think that would work?
It would work. I'll even go as far as putting Niles on the pitch.
Yeah.
Where would you put Niles? He's missing. Right now, he's missing that squad. He's absolutely missing that squad. He's missing. But where do you play him? Where would you play him? That's the question.
Now, where would you play him? You're the Arsenal manager right now. Where would you play Niles? In that team setup.
Central mid.
Just as you pointed out, just as you thought about it, where would you play Niles?
Who was the DM?
If it was based on tonight's formation, I would have put.
No. I'm talking about next game. Forget about tonight.
On the left.
You're gonna start with that formation. You're gonna start 3 at the back. You're gonna have your 2 wing backs. You're gonna have your 2 holding midfielders. You're gonna have Pepe just behind Lacazette and Aubameyang. Where would you play?
On left.
So you drop Saka, sorry. You drop Saka.
I would drop Saka or drop Bellerin. If I'm honest, drop Bellerin.
Bellerin. So you'd have Saka on one side and Niles on the other side, yeah?
Yep.
Very strong.
If you notice as well, Pep plays better when Niles is around.
Okay.
So that as well. And Niles can whip a ball in as well.
I guess that would work, because you'd have Pep basically breaking the lines.
With his pace, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd have him breaking the lines and getting into their half and causing them a massive problem. And he'd be free as well.
The one thing I noticed tonight, the difference between us and Villa, especially going forward, you see when Lacazette drops into the midfield, and then you got Tini or Gabby trying to ping the ball forward, we got no one forward. Whereas when Villa was doing it, They've had what, 2 man forward, ready and waiting.
I guess
it's just that little overlap thinking. Like I said, like example, like if Lacazette drops in the middle and Tillingham pin the ball forward, so Bias or Partey should be like thinking, you know what, let me just make that run.
Yeah, I guess Arteta needs to do a lot of thinking now about how he's going to move this team forward, because at the moment we've plateaued. We've been plateauing for a while now. You know, the loss against Leicester, we're just too defensive. You're playing 3 at the back. We need to take a lot more risks in what we're doing, and I think the little tweak with what you said now, which is revelation, with Pepe playing in behind of Lacazette and Aubameyang, I think that would work.
You know what I said with the City, Liverpool, Leicester game, we can kind of take the L on that one because the results wasn't that bad. It was just silly mistakes. Them 3, and plus them 3 are big teams right about now. We wouldn't have been last season anyway, so we could hold an L for that.
Yeah, Wayne, you want to say anything?
What tonight?
I got nothing to say, man. I got nothing to say.
Our trousers down tonight, man.
Yeah, we're gonna move on, man.
We had our hands in the cookie jar with our pants and our ankles. That's what happened today. And when you get a beating from your mama, we got beaten, man. We got
you know what, Andrew? Put it like this. You know when your mom's cooking the mutton and you see it downstairs, see that little mutton piece, and just there's a light on. That was tonight. The light got turned on tonight.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. You know what, lads? I can honestly turn around and say I'm not that gutted about it. I would be, but I'm not. And the reason why is because I back the manager. I know the manager has got a lot of intelligence. I know that he's hurting way more than us. I don't think he's going to get a wink of sleep tonight. But he's going to come back with solutions, and there will be a reaction to this. I know that for sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna put something in the group. I want you to look at it and give me your honest opinion.
Right. Let's just quickly go through the other results just around the show, man.
Hold on, bro. I want to ask Rico this question. Rico,
go ahead.
Do you still back the manager?
Back him. Back him. Yo, Arteta's a man. He's a good guy,
he's got until Christmas.
He's got until Christmas,
Really?
He's good.
Right, let's go quickly through the last results. Everton versus Manchester United. Manchester United won 3-1. Yeah, not bad. We don't want them to win.
The save does this. Ollie did it.
Ollie's back at the wheel. That video, that audio you put in the group, man, Andy. I was laughing, man. Ollie's at the wheel. He's got it. Crystal Palace leads 4-1 to Crystal Palace. Chelsea.
You know what? The offside for Bamford, but the hand claim offside was shocking.
Yeah. Didn't the VAR get a hold of that?
No, yeah. VAR. Okay. I think the VAR called it and said it's offside, but all it was his arm. That's what it was.
Yeah. I think as soon as he touches even your shoulder now, it's a handball. Rubbish.
Rico, up until Christmas. Really?
This guy is still stuck on that. You don't go through the results. Chelsea versus Sheffield United, 4-1 to Chelsea. Business as usual there. What's that?
Bad day at the office, man. Bad weekend, man.
Yeah, it was a bad weekend. All our rivals won. West Ham versus Fulham, 1-0. And today's results, the Scum won 1-0 against West Ham. Leicester won against Wolves, 1-0. See, bad result. They're top of the league now. Manchester City and Liverpool drew 1-1. And we lost, of course, 0-3. Sad. Losers, man. I guess There's no games tomorrow, so yeah, man.
Honestly, until Christmas.
Now you know what? To be fair, he still gets my support, but he's under scrutiny right now.
Yeah, but the thing about
he's under scrutiny. It's Andrew. It's the formations. Come on now.
Yo,
make your mind up. Make your mind up what you play.
Yo, that video you put in there. yeah. That's the who was that?
It's our left back, mate.
Was that Teeny?
Yes, mate.
Yo, nah, man, nah. I can't support this team no more, man. I gotta go, man. Yo, I'm better player than that, man. I ain't that bad.
No, Teeny's a bad boy player, man. Leave him alone, man.
Yeah, nah, he's good. Just mess him up, but that's funny though, still.
Duffy catch him.
Yeah.
Duffy did catch him, that's like, no, it's gonna be a bad day. Obviously, you see a man pitching over like that. You say, "Yo, blood."
So that was at the. What minute was that? The 6th minute. Yeah, you knew after that we ain't gonna make it.
You know, lads, you know what it is. I heckle and I rinse teams rivals 24/7. So tonight I'm getting it, and that video was sent to me by Liverpool man. He goes, even though we lost 7-2. He goes, look at Duppy.
Yo lads, thanks for joining, man.
Duppy knows just right in it.
Thanks for joining the show, man. Next week, same time. Yeah. Or when do Arsenal play next week? Monday or Sunday?
Yo, Rico, man. Salute, man. You came on the podcast, man. Love that, man.
Yeah.
You forced me to.
You know, you got to save your face. Look, you can send this video to your friends and say, look, at least I was on a podcast.
I'll think about it.
All right, man, lads.
No, it's been good, boys.
All right, see you next week, man.
Yeah, man. Respect that. Respect. Later.
Peace.